Okay, hey everyone, Overeducated here again, and this week's theme is music! Yay! Right, I have got a very wide taste in music, but my main one is punk, obviously, if you couldn't actually guess. My favourite punk bands at the moment, Anti-Flag, The Descendants, Bouncing Souls, The Damned, NOFX, Bad Religion, all that stuff, don't repeat any. I just think most of those people are political, and I just think politics and loud music just go so well together. I grew up in a rather left-wing political family and a family that loved music. My mum and dad loved a singer, songwriter, political activist guy called Billy Bragg. So I went to a lot of his gigs when I was younger before I realised that he's really famous around there for being this political guy. So I'd seen him loads of times and just thought, hey, he's quite a good singer. But then as I began to understand politics a bit more, I really got into him. But as I grew up, because that is sort of folk, indie, alt rock, all that sort of stuff. So I was into that when I was younger, because of them. But then as I grew up, I got into sort of heavier stuff. And, I have this vivid memory of being a kid and playing Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3 and turning off every song on the soundtrack except for Ace of Spades by Motorhead and Blitzkrieg Bop by the Ramones. And I just listened to those two over and over and over while I played the game. And my dad noticed that, and he wanted to give me what I need to learn more about music. So he got me a Motorhead CD, and Motorhead No Sleep Till Hammersmith. And I loved this album as a kid. I listened to it over and over again, and it was fucking awesome. Then as I got a bit older, I was playing Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 4. I haven't got the case. And I really got into Iron Maiden, because they had a thing there. And I was into Iron Maiden for years. I saw them twice in concert. I had a friend who loved them, so I just remember we went out every week and got a different CD of theirs each, and we just listened to it for that week, and then go get a different one. I never had much money as a kid, but I had a lot of Iron Maiden albums. When I was a teenager, sort of 15 onwards, all the sort of genres and music tastes sort of went together. And the only sort of bands I really discovered that have stuck with me since then are Nine Inch Nails, Wednesday 13, Murder Dolls, and the Bouncing Souls. But all the way through loving all these different types of genres, I'd loved punk music just as a sort of foundation, but I hadn't really discovered much about it. But because I'd always loved the Tony Hawk Pro Skater games, as you can see, and that I've got shitloads. They're skating games, and all their soundtracks have been sort of punk orientated. Whenever I was playing them, I'd just learn all these different types of music and songs that I loved, but never actually looked into. So I was just sort of getting into punk a few years ago. I was sort of getting into it, and I was liking a few bands, sort of The Damned and stuff. But last year I went to Reading, 2010, and I was seeing a few bands, and then I realised Bad Religion were playing, and I was like, oh my god, I love Bad Religion. So I go into that. And they were only playing on a really small stage. And I was excited for them mostly, but all the other bands were alright, wasn't very concerned. And then I happened to catch a band that I'd never heard of called NOFX on the main stage, quite early on in the day, and I was sat watching and I was thinking, these guys are pretty good. I've never heard of them, but they're really good. And then on the last night, I think, I can't really remember, I was waiting for Bad Religion to come on. I've been waiting there for hours for all the crowd to go down so I could get right to the front for Bad Religion. And then as a guest sort of set, NOFX came back on, and I was like, hey, I really like you guys. I heard you back then, you were good. I like you. Still had no idea who they were. And then Bad Religion came on, and they were amazing. So I went home, and I was searching for punk music. One of the first ones that comes up, NOFX. I was like, I saw you twice! I had no idea who you were. You're famous, and you're really good. Oh, man, I'm an idiot. So now I really love NOFX. And I went to download this year, and as I was going through the set list and stuff, I came across a band called Anti-Flag, and it described them as a political punk band, and I was like, oh, okay, I'll go along to that. So I went along, saw them, and I was like, blew my mind. You guys are just so political and so punk, and it just went so well together. So now I am really into them, as you can tell, and that was just amazing. So that, basically, in a punk-based nutshell, is my music history. But as I said, I do like loads of other type of music. It's just I'm a punk at the moment, so I love all that stuff. But anyway, I'll see you guys next week. Again, no idea what it's for, but I'll see you for it. Bye.
idiots are taking over. The idiots are taking over.